former National Deputy Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress APC, Comrade Timmy Frank, on Saturday condemned the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami (SAN) and his allegations of terrorist activities against Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. According to Frank, in a statement in Abuja, Malami's allegations were not only spurious but highly selective and high-wired propaganda aimed at securing selfish political gains. You wonder why Malami, as the chief law officer of the Federation, chose to organize what he called a contemptuous press conference to discuss matters that were already being heard by courts of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria and Benin Republic. He said that Malami was only out to whitewash the federal government's illegal, ethnically biased and nepotistic clampdown on and trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB KANU, and the Yoruba nation agitator Sunday Igboho. He noted that such impunity against citizens by the present administration is very reason why several zones of the country are clamoring to exit the Nigerian Union. Frank, who is the United Liberation Movement for West Papua ambassador to East Africa and Middle East, said why the federal government is up in arms against Kanu and Igboho over alleged terrorist activities, it has failed and equally neglected to arrest and prosecute Boko Haram terrorist bandits and their sponsors operating in the north. He lamented that over a month after the government of the United Arab Emirates (UAE) handed over the names of 6 Nigerian financiers of terrorism to the federal government, they have refused to investigate, arrest and prosecute them because of their religious affiliations and the section of the country they come from. For the avoidance of doubt, according to him, those named by the UAE as alleged financiers of terrorism from Nigeria are Abdurrahman Ado Musa, Saliu Yusuf Adamu, Basha Ali Yusuf, Mohammed Ibrahim Isa, Ibrahim Ali Al-San, and Suraju Abubakar Muhammad. He insisted that neither Malami nor any Nigerian security agency has briefed the press or reported any form of investigation, arrest or prosecution of those on the above list by the federal government. Frank said, "Is it not laughable that Malami has blamed Igboho for financing terrorism in the north and Kanu for the hijack of the NSAS protests and attendant mayhem unleashed in Lagos last year?" He described the recent arraignment of Nnamdi Kanu at the Federal High Court, Abuja, when lawyers, media and prominent Nigerians were denied access to the court, which consequently intimidated the judge, and where the operatives of the Department of State Services (DSS) assumed the role of complainant, prosecutor and judge in their own case as a charade and show of shame on the part of the federal government. According to him, Malami told reporters at the press conference that Nnamdi Kanu is being prosecuted for his statement that led to the killings and destruction of property both in the southeast and in Lagos, but when Buhari incited killings and destruction of property in the north through his dog and baboon will be soaked in blood. Statement in 2012 in reference to the 2015 general elections. Who prosecuted him? He challenged Buhari and Malami to name members of the National Assembly they have accused of sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho to prove the veracity of their claims, just like the government of the UAE has made public the names of those financing terrorism in their country, Nigeria and others. He called on Malami in particular and the Major General Muhammad Buhari-led administration in general to stop spreading hatred, causing division and attempting to instigate and provoke mutual distrust and animosity between the southwest and the southeast through lies and disinformation. He called on the international community to take cognizance of the lip service being paid to the fight against terrorism in Nigeria by the federal government and the winchants it has continued to unleash on members of the opposition political parties and individuals with dissenting opinion from the southern part of the country like KANU and IGBOHO. He called on Nigerians to dismiss Malami's half-truths against KANU and IGBOHO and to continue to demand for fairness, justice and equity as bona fide citizens. He also called Nigerian leaders in the south to speak out and condemn Malami's statement as they are capable of inciting violence in the country. He therefore called on the international community to disregard the prearranged outcome from the trial of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho due to the obviously unfair and hushed trial being conducted against them by the federal government. Timmy Frank nailed it. One cannot agree less with what he said. He said it just the way it is. What can one say again? Just like I've been saying, these people, Malami, Buhari, and the rest of them, they don't care whether what they are saying is meaningful or is meaningless to you. They just want to say it because they have their own people that will agree to that. But thank God that the so-called Southerners, especially from the Southeast, those who have been like, oh yes, Nnamdi Kanu has been insulting and this and this and that. Now all of them are struggling now. All of them are working so hard to make sure Nnamdi Kanu is freed, because they have now seen that what Nnamdi Kanu is being accused of is not even up to 2% of what is being done in the north. And yet, you will see the majority of the northerners come to defend terrorism in broad daylight. They defend it in broad daylight and nobody says anything. Heaven did not fall. So if you cannot come and rally around your own person, that you know that what he's saying is what you ought to have said, because you know he's doing the right thing, but because of you guys' greed, that is what has led you to this. And the people from the other side know quite all right that you don't want to come out and defend them openly, and that is why they keep on doing what they are doing, whether it's meaningful or not. So just like Frank said, nobody needs to tell anybody anything. Everybody is seeing it. Even baby in the womb, as soon as the baby hears what Malami said, the baby will turn. Even the baby, if the baby is not ready to come out, the baby wants to come out. If the baby wants to come out, some baby might not want to come out. I wouldn't want to come to this kind of place where injustice is the order of the day. Somebody can, like, in broad daylight and be defending what is not. It is so glaring. It is so glaring, very unfortunate. I think some days now I've not even heard Joe Igbokwe say anything. Of course, what do you expect him to say? They are not ashamed of themselves. And come to think of it, the last time when Femi Adesina was interviewed, he was asked, why is it that Buhari cannot mention the names of the sponsors of Boko Haram? Femi Adesina said, no, Buhari is not going to do that. Malami even told us the other time that it's not something that can be said on the pages of the newspaper, that the court will decide that who is what, who is not what. But as soon as it came to the issue of Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, he just jumped up and began to confess. You can imagine such a thing. Is this kind of thing not enough to incite the people? And thank God for Timmy Frank reminding us, because most of the time we do forget things. The statement being made by Buhari. Buhari had opportunity to move, to say whatever he wanted to say. Nobody disturbed him, because everybody, his fundamental human right was respected. He said a lot of things that did all manner of things. Some people tell you that that was good loss luck now. He didn't do the needful. If he had done the needful, so because of good luck Jonathan or the past government did not say anything, does it mean Buhari too will not keep quiet? It is hypocrisy of the highest order. The unfortunate thing there is that whether you voted for Buhari or you didn't vote for Buhari, everybody is suffering it. We are in this all together, but it's unfortunate that those who never wanted the man are still paying the price. You see how I don't even want to delve into something else, because it is really annoying. Timmy Frank has said it all. He has said it all. Only an unpatriotic Nigeria could say that allegations against Kanu and Igboho are mere propaganda. Really, I think that the best place to make such statements is in the court. Then why is Malami coming out? Why is he coming out? Okay, will your kangaroo folks allow him entrance to the court? Malami has robbed the exalted office of AG in the mud. Shame to you, reasonable Nigerians know the truth. Malami organized that conference out of hatred, wickedness. Otherwise, Boko Haram bandits, Fulani herdsmen have done worse things since the coming of this evil regime. And Malami have not come out to say anything against the real terrorists in Nigeria. God will disgrace him, disgrace those who are all in support of this impunity and injustice. So guys, let's hear your opinion and your thoughts in the comment section.